Hi, it's Suvi. I'm here with Åsa Kullberg. She's been working with body dearmoring, shamanic dearmoring for 17 years. And she comes from Sweden, where she teaches the shamanic tradition. You have this 2-year school as well, don't you?
Yeah, the year-long program, you mean?
Year-long? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a year-long program where you can continue year by year to study the shamanic medicine that I teach.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to know Åsa when I did my own dearmoring in it was March. It's a 2-week retreat that gets rid of this armor that we have around the body due to different situations that we encounter in life. Would you like to tell us a bit more about how the armor is actually produced, how we get to have this armor, and what are the disadvantages of having this armor?
Essentially, we could say that when we are small, we are not seen and met and recognized for who we truly are, because our parents also were not met and seen and recognized for who they were. So they did the best that they knew how. And still we have some kind of hurt or trauma experienced as a child, where we had to close down and protect ourselves because we were too sensitive to stay open. If we were hurt, it was too painful, so we had to protect ourselves.
So it can be either this incident, this traumatic experience, or the entire, like a long-term thing that the atmosphere in the home isn't supportive.
Yes. It can be many different things, and for most of us there is a infinite amount of factors that contribute to the armor, we could say. So the armor is a protection that has served us well. It has served us because it does protect us. And it also inhibits or numbs us to feel truly. Many times either we don't know what we feel, or we would like to experience more fully, to feel more, and it doesn't protect us only from feeling pain but also from pleasure. And this is where the dearmoring comes in as such a beautiful process, because the dearmoring of the body opens the body so that life force energy can flow through and we can experience much deeper pleasure. Sexual pleasure, orgastic pleasure, sensual pleasure, loving pleasure. And also the dearmoring process opens for a completely new relation to life. It brings a shift of perception, especially during the first year after the dearmoring. It brings a shift of perception, or it brings the possibility for a shift of perception that makes us, as the elders in this tradition calls it, closing the karma book. It makes it possible for us to close the door behind us to the past and open a door to a completely new life experience, and where we can learn and grow and heal through pleasure.
Well, this is something I run into in the so-called spiritual circles a lot, that people have a deep-rooted belief that we need to grow and learn through suffering.
Yes.
So it's a totally incomprehensible idea for many of us to actually advance spiritually through pleasure.
Yes. This is something that religions has put on as a layer in the collective armoring that suffering is a way to God, or that pleasure is sinful, things like that. It is so in the dearmoring as well as in life that we need to be willing to meet our own pain.
That is also another thing that I see, that people they get spiritual, they have this awakening, and they start to develop the higher aspects of themselves. They focus on the higher chakras, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they try to ignore or forget that the shadow even exists. So there are fears to face the dark side, to face the hurt and really deal with it. They somehow think that by meditating every day it will all just vanish.
Yes, there are different ways to our healing, to the healing in the human soul, for sure. What I see and experience is that a loving and a kind embracing our pain, the willingness to meet our pain and healing through pleasure.
So it doesn't have to be hard work.
It doesn't have to be hard work. It can be very enjoyable to feel everything. The dearmoring is a very loving journey.
Yes, I can testify to that. It's intensive, but it's loving.
Yeah, it's very loving and it's a very safe space.
Yes.
It's very respectful. It is all about deepening our respect for life and our self-respect. I talk to everyone who comes to the dearmoring shortly on the phone or via Skype, and many people ask me, will it be okay to set my own boundaries, or will I be forced to do something that I don't want to do? Especially women very often ask me this question in one way or the other. I usually answer this question by saying that the dearmoring is a very safe and respectful place and space to engage in. And for the body takes the first chance to open and unwind and free itself when we allow it. And it does so when it feels safe, when it is respected and listened to. So the dearmoring opens also for beingness, for connection into the physical world.
I can, for myself,
Yeah.
I can say that I was very disconnected from my body. I remember, was it perhaps on day 2 or 3 of the dearmoring, when I suddenly felt my feet.
Yeah.
I was like, we went off to lunch, and I was walking in the dining room.
Yeah.
And I can feel my feet on the floor. This is so wonderful.
Yeah.
So the sensations, and even afterwards, it took me about a month to really sort of get acquainted with the new energy and how this life force energy and this pleasure is now moving in my system. And what I thought was great, because I want to I'm quite impatient sometimes, so I like to find a way to sort of do the thing that I'm striving for in a way that it doesn't take years to get there.
Yeah.
And so when I felt the calling to come to dearmoring, I had the feeling that this is really going to make a difference. And I've studied I took courses in Tantra and I did some exercises, and okay, some of them worked and some of them felt like, oh, this is so much hard work. I have to sort of do this every day for a year before I get any results.
Mm-hmm.
And with the dearmoring, it was instant.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, woohoo! I didn't have to go study Tantra for years and years to be able to enjoy my own physical body and my own womanhood in a way that I never even thought was possible.
Yeah, that's a gift. That is a true gift. Many women that I work with report that many times we have sex, for example, we have penetration in a sexual meeting, in a lovemaking, before we're actually open. And so we learn also in the dearmoring that it is through our heart and our receptivity that we open as women sexually. And this is a revolution for many women that makes a whole lot of difference in how we enjoy physical intimacy, how we enjoy lovemaking, and how we reconnect to coming home within ourselves, within our womb, and orgasticness and potential, not only for women, for men and women, as orgastic beings is unlimited. And this is not what we have learned usually.
No.
in school
or in the family.
Or in the family,
Yeah.
because our parents didn't have access to this usually, generally speaking.
And so often these things are wrapped in shame. And there is a lot of misinformation.
Yes. For many people, the dearmoring is it's like a radical shift in life. It's before and after in many ways. And then, of course, the process continues. It's not that poof, now you're ready, no more problem.
Especially in one of the sessions was this sort of this downpouring of self-love. This magical moment when I felt deep compassion and love for myself. And when you have that experience, that you can fully love yourself and accept yourself as you are. You are more free to make choices that are good for yourself. Absolutely.
That's a blessing, and that's when the heart really opens. You know, in the dearmoring we work with plates, we call it. So we work in the first sessions with the feet, the legs, and the pelvic area, and the lower chakras. And when this area opens, the energy starts going up. So when we open the plates that are here, there is often the experience of a very deep heart opening, where the blessing of self-love is flowing. It's very beautiful, and it's truly a blessing. It makes it different, doesn't it, to be able to fully accept ourselves as we are, and even love ourselves.
And it brings about so many things in addition, like humor, and not taking yourself so seriously, and letting go of the self-pity that you talk about.
Yeah. That is also an aspect of the dearmoring, which is very empowering.
Another wonderful aspect of dearmoring was, like you mentioned, closing the karma book and opening the dharma book.
Yes.
Well, not everybody understands what we're talking about, but for those who do, in real life, I have noticed that I have become even more magnetic. So thoughts and dreams really turn into something real. very much faster
Yes.
than before.
Yes.
So there are opportunities opening up. You just have to think of, oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? And suddenly it's there.
Mhm.
So many people learn about the law of attraction, and they do all these things to manifest their dreams. And it's a natural state of being.
Yes.
When you take out the trash and you expand your energy, and then it just suddenly is.
It's true, yeah. Many people report this. I mean, this is what is happening anyway for many people. Yeah. And the dearmoring is definitely a process that makes us much more aware of this fact that the manifestation process becomes faster. And because when the heart is open to spirit, as we say, when the spiritual heart awakens, that is what is happening in that sphere. Or our prayers or our heart desires instantly met by life. It is how life is designed.
We could go on for hours about this subject, but maybe our viewers have something more to do than stare at the video. So, is there anything you would like to say in conclusion?
The dearmoring is a 15-day retreat, and it is a retreat, really. It is a full program from morning till evening, but it has a very open, spacious flow. So there is a good time for yourself to take a rest, to take a walk, and so on. And there is yoga in the morning, there is teaching, there is ceremony. It is a shamanic ceremony. The whole dearmoring is a ceremony.
So like it's a 2-week ceremony.
It's an initiation, you could say.
On my website you can read about dearmoring. It's in Finnish, and there I will put Åsa's website for you on the video. So for my part, I can highly recommend the dearmoring retreat with Åsa. She's an awesome teacher, and for myself I learned a tremendous amount. The teachings were very, very fascinating to me. I felt like I was learning something new, something from a very different point of view. I've been reading countless books and doing all sorts of courses and seminars, and this first time in a long time when I really got something new out of it, something I didn't already know, and something that very deeply resonated within. So, thank you for the experience, and
yes,
I'm so happy to have met you, and
thank you
for watching. Bye bye.
Bye.